With Nick and Big J.
Big J, if you have got a dog, it's nice to walk that dog. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Make sure you take that dog on walks, get some exercises, and if you live in Boise, then maybe you swing along to one of the wonderful parks in and around the city and enjoy some dog time with your pup in the park. Well, Boise Parks and Recreation is once again inviting dogs and their owners to stretch their legs. The popular off-leash program is returning in 3 major parks beginning on Saturday. Basically, you have off-leash areas that we're going to reopen in Ann Morrison Park, Optimus Youth Sports Complex, and Simplot Sports Complex. And so the program is going to run through February of next year. It gives pet owners several months to enjoy some wide-open spaces with their dog as long as they're trained to be, happy and good off the leash and aren't causing trouble. You know what I mean, Big J?
As long as they're under your control.
That's right. Warning signs are posted at ponds throughout the Boise Park. The city also reminded visitors to do their part and keep the parks clean and safe.
Yeah, clean up your dog's poop.
Yep, make sure that you pick up after your dog. Also make sure all of your licenses are current as well. If you want more information about the off-leash opportunities and some park rules, you can check them out, the City of Boise website. That can hopefully help you and your dog enjoy some wonderful park time. And nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Sometimes those dogs just like to run wild. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just kind of go off and do their thing. So now they have an opportunity to do so throughout the fall and winter. Big J, how would you describe the New York Jets season so far?
Abysmal.
If you were
typical
a fan, would you be happy, upset, or not surprised at all?
Well, I would say probably not surprised. to your worst nightmares. You were hoping, oh, hey, we got a new awesome, head coach. He's going to change everything. And then it's been worse than it's been the last 2 years.
They haven't had a winning season in 10 years. They haven't made the playoffs in 15 years. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to raise their prices. They announced yesterday they are raising their ticket prices for fans for the year 2026. Obviously, Jet fans were not silent about that. They took to social media. Were very upset about it yesterday. But let's be honest, everybody will still show up and cheer. That's the way that everything works. We complain, but yeah, we do what we say we're not going to do. And so it is the reality of that. And so the salary cap goes up. They're paying more for these players, even if they're not performing on the field. They need to recoup some of those costs. And maybe the Jets games aren't selling like they were, so they have to, charge the people that are going to show up more. Isn't it terrible the way that cycle works?
Not as smart. But then again, their ownership isn't real smart about football anyways.
Yeah, poor Woody needs to stay away from microphones. I'll tell you that much. Big J, you're a big Guy Ritchie fan. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I do like Guy Ritchie.
And you like Jason Statham, right?
Yeah.
Those two have teamed up a bunch, and they're going to reunite once again for a new action thriller called Viva La Madness, Big J. It's based on a novel by J.J. Connolly. They're going to begin production in January of next year, and Statham is going to star, and Ritchie has decided he wants to write the movie as well as direct it, so we're going to get a Ritchie-Statham kind of get back together. Honest Man, the last time they worked together?
Yeah.
That movie's not that old. It was like last year, right?
I don't know what year it came out with. Yeah, but yeah, specifically, I think so.
Because they've worked together a ton in a bunch of different movies. I mean, listen, Guy Ritchie gave Jason Statham his first job in films, in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Together, for the most part.
And so
their careers together.
They had a chance to kind of grow together, and they continue to work together. So if you like that team up, you've got another one coming your way soon. I never saw An Honest Man. Did you?
I didn't either.
Okay.
No.
Have you lost interest in this thing, or is it just
no, not at all.
Accessibility?
I got to see it in the theater, or it's going to fall on dead eyes and ears.
Well, I don't even know if that one was in the theater. If it was, it wasn't very long. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. It is the X Rocks. Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. For some reason, this show over the last several days has taken on a bit of a theme, and that theme is going to continue, Big J. Because dictionary.com did something yesterday that I don't think anybody saw coming.
Uh-oh.
They announced that 6'7", Big J, is the 2025 word of the year.
It's not a word.
Yeah, but the online dictionary traditionally does this sometimes where they'll allow it to be a phrase of some kind as long as it's relatively short. And they believe that 6'7" has taken over the kind of like cultural landscape over the last 2 months and become so big that it is big enough to be named the word of the year. Now, of course, they like to consider these Word of the Years to be some sort of linguistic time capsule, you understand?
Yeah.
That reflects like the social trends and the global events that define that year. Do you think the term 6-7 kind of defines this year?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's prevalent enough. Like, I haven't heard anybody use it aside from us in person.
Oh,
like,
really?
I guess I'm just not around enough kids or something.
This is true. You are not around enough kids.
So I'm kind of out of that realm of, hearing about it, etc. And
But tangentially, you've seen videos about it or whatever, right?
Very few.
Okay.
Very few.
Then how did you know it was a thing?
It's my job to know stuff.
Okay.
So
all right, fair enough. But
I picked up on it and read up on it. So.
In case you see it written down or whatever, the term is always pronounced 6-7, never 67, even though you see it 6-7 next to each other. But it's essentially brain rot slang that has erupted among kids and teenagers this year. Teachers and parents are reporting to hearing the phrase a whole bunch of their household. That essentially translates into so-so or maybe not. But in case you're curious, the term does trace back to a Skrilla song back in 2024, Big J, called Doot Doot 6-7. And then LaMelo Ball, who is a basketball player for the Charlotte Hornets, stands 6 feet 7 inches tall. And then all of a sudden, like another influencer, and then he used that in one of his videos that went viral. And then like an influencer picked up on it and started saying 6-7. Next thing you know, boom, it's huge. It blows up, and that's all it takes. All it takes. In case you're curious, dictionary.com analysis shows that 6-7 appears about 8 times more frequently in the last 2 months than it did throughout all of 2025. So it just took fire these last couple of months, but enough to be named the Word of the Year. So congratulations, everybody. They did it. They wanted to do it, and they got the award.
I wonder if 69's ever been the word of the...
I don't think so. It never really took off like that. I mean, we always thought it was funny when we were kids. Firstly, we probably didn't know why.
I don't know anybody who during a bingo game calls 6-7 is like, oh!
Well, they will now, I promise. I promise it'll happen now. Everybody will do this thing, the little motion that you do with your hands when it gets announced at a bingo game. But it's just hitting its peak, so watch out.
6-9 for life!
All right. Each his own. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your Word of the Year update. We got ourselves some Nerd Alert action. It's next on the X.
Tech and Gaming, Big J's Nerd Alert on 100.3 The X Rocks.
All right, Nick, do you know what the Google Doodle is?
Yeah, it's the little picture that changes when you go to the homepage, google.com, every single day.
Yep, that's right. And today's Google Doodle celebrates the 45th anniversary of the classic arcade icon, Pac-Man, with a special Halloween edition. So this year's game features 8 levels, including 4 unique haunted house mazes, all of that fun. Your mission is to guide Pac-Man through, and you know how to play Pac-Man, I think, at this point. But it will be there today and tomorrow, celebrating that anniversary. And, for the most part, anyone who has Google the internet can play that game for free. So I did that this morning for a little bit. Real fun, Nick.
Nice.
So there you go.
How far did you get? How many levels in?
Just one, and then I quit. I'm like, I should probably do some work.
This kind of video game doesn't capture your attention as much as
no, it does. I just had to get busy writing the Nerd Alert. All right, next here, big news. EA and DICE just took a huge dump on Call of Duty, Nick. Yesterday, alongside for its first season for Battlefield 6, it dropped a completely free-to-play battle royale called RedSec, short for Redacted Sector. Includes so much more than just a typical 100-player battle royale. It comes along with 2 other game modes, Gauntlet and Portal. This is all free to play, Nick. You just have to be able to get online and play it. RedSec Portal looks more like Grand Theft Auto Online than Battlefield, but also seems to be what EA and Battlefield Studios are going for. 2 official Portal maps will be available at launch, with more set to follow in the future. Now, here, if you don't know what Portal is, it was introduced in Battlefield 2042, and basically it's just a whole bunch of different game modes and maps and things that the community can kind of come up with. Right now, there's all kinds of crazy different maps that people are building and doing things. Some of them are, odes to Call of Duty maps. Those things are going to be getting taken down here relatively soon. Copyright issues, obviously, there. But Portal, that's huge that it's free. Now, Gauntlet, is a separate mode that is also offered as a part of the new standalone free-to-play experience. Battlefield Royale may see squads prowling for loot in between shootouts throughout longer matches. Gauntlet has propped up a relatively short elimination-driven game experience. Instead of 100-player matches, it's just 32. And there's one particular map. It's called the Fort Linden map, Nick, and it's huge. And this is where the Battle Royale takes place in Gauntlet. So another kind of game here. It's crazy that they are putting all of this out there for free. Players have 5 minutes to complete the objective. So, the Battle Royales can last for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
This Gauntlet will be much shorter.
Does that interest you?
I'll probably give it a try. I feel overwhelmed. There's so much going on in Battlefield right now. I haven't had a chance to get deep into it. Now, of course, this wouldn't be the gaming industry if there wasn't a bunch of people who got a bunch of problems with everything that's going on. Negative reviews on Steam seem to be surrounding some controversy around challenges and XP between the actual Battlefield 6 game and the free-to-play RedSec. EA and DICE, though, have been quick to respond to player issues. No doubt about it, there's a lot to do in the world of Battlefield right now, so we'll see what comes of that, but it's a big deal right now, and that's news that will affect Call of Duty Black Ops 7. The new Activision game drops in just 2 weeks, Nick, and to counter some of Battlefield's space in the universe, they're offering up a free zombies and multiplayer for Black Ops 6 through the weekend. So far, at least on Steam, it appears that Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is struggling to meet expectations of pre-orders and wish listing, which on the onset doesn't look great. But remember that this game will be completely free to those who have Xbox Game Ultimate Pass. That dynamic should be interesting to see just how sales play out over Battlefield 6, which is having a ton of viral momentum right now on both sales and game features. So there's a battle going on right now in the world of video gaming that we haven't seen in quite some time.
And you have transitioned wholly into the Battlefield.
Oh, yeah. I will not be, even if it's free right now, I'm not touching Call of Duty at all. I don't want anything to do with it. The reasons, some of the reasons that I feel that way, Battlefield is made sure to not replicate those issues. And so we'll see. And the slightest amount of, there's been some controversy with some of the things that they've done, Battlefield, I should say, on some skins and things like that. And players immediately responded negatively, and they're like, got rid of that right away because they're like, this is not something we want to do with this community right now. So there's a lot going on out there, and a lot for you to do for free to play. So get in there and have some fun.
That your Nerd Alert?
That's the Nerd Alert, man.
Thank you very much, Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff, not to mention another clue in the X-Rock murder mystery. It's next on the X.
Streaming.
Bringing to light stories that are incredibly f***ed up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Where the hell is the switch?
The morning after with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
I'm going to do a rare thing where I talk to every single person listening to the show at this point. Probably. Regardless of when you're listening. You are addicted to your cell phone. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you don't like to think about it, whether you fully embrace it with both arms, I'm telling you right now, you're addicted to that computer that's in your pocket or even in your hand at this very instant.
Yeah, it's like saving Abel's song Addicted, but instead of sex, it's your phone.
Yeah, it's serotonin. It helps your release in your brain, whether it's through, finding stories or finding out information that maybe just happened or posting whatever picture for a thirst trap or clout or whatever you're looking for. Or even if it's just, you're bored and that's the thing that you go to because you like the doom scroll. Whatever it is, you're addicted to your phone. And that's not a great thing. Any kind of addiction's not a good one. And so there are lots of ways you can go about there. And there are some people that actively want to stop using their phone as much as they do. But there are also those same people that have a very, I would say, convenient excuse, but it's true nonetheless, where they're like, listen, I can't turn my phone into a dumb phone. I can't turn it into a flip phone. I need this for work or for whatever. And so these are necessities that I need. And I understand that. But there is a startup called Matter Neuroscience, Big J, that thinks that they have found the solution to keep you off your phone as much as possible. And it's not a dumb phone. It's not a flip phone. You keep the phone you currently have. They're just going to give you what they think is the thing that's going to make you use your phone less. Any guesses what that could be?
I'm taking away the internet from it.
Nope, it works. It functions exactly how it currently functions.
I don't know.
There are no changes to your phone, your plan, or anything. What they have developed, Big J, is a patent-pending case for your phone. Now, most smartphone cases, light and slick by design, of course, lightweight. Maybe they're more durable for you depending on your job. All of these things are up to you, but they're usually pretty sleek and attached to the phone pretty good. This neuroscience startup has created a smartphone case that essentially is 6 pounds and so heavy and cumbersome that basically they found that people don't want to use their phone or have it around them at any time. But it functions as an actual phone case and lets you use your phone exactly how you would normally use your phone.
I got bad news for these guys. You could put on a different case.
Not one this big and not one this heavy.
No, I mean, you can get rid of the case.
No,
you don't
of
have
course.
to have this.
This is not like something that is a punishment. This is something that's supposed to be a tool for you to swing yourself off of it.
That's not swaying me because I'm in control of whether it's on my phone or not.
Sure, of course. Just like any other phone case,
So
you can stop using it.
That's only going to last as long as you have willpower, and that's part of the problem.
One would argue, but I mean, making it somewhat less convenient can help your willpower. And I would argue this makes it much more convenient. The purpose to their madness, of course, was try to create the most inconvenient smartphone case in the world to make the handheld kind of device as difficult as possible. It's a stainless steel phone case. It weighs 6 pounds. That's heavier than any laptop that's out there currently, and consists of 2 separate pieces that screw together the phone. It is inspired it makes it look like an old school cell phone from back in the 80s, right? Like one of those brick phones, kind of. But it's thinner.
It's a brick.
It's thinner than a brick would be. It's got just a little bit more, like, it kind of elongates things a little bit, and again, to make it cumbersome. So it doesn't properly fit in a back pocket or a jacket pocket or something. You have to, again, kind of carry this thing around and make a commitment to it to make it hard to check your phone, but you still can if you need to. And the physical fatigue naturally reminds the user to put the phone down, so unless you want to use it as a barbell, it actually does work. They have found, Big J, that people that put this case down on their phone use their cell phone 76% less than they did before. So it's a hefty price, $210, but if you want to stop using your phone or making it less, I guess, optional for you to use it at every turn, this is something that could help your smartphone addiction if you're looking to wane yourself off it. Your call. But it is called Matter Neuroscience, and it's ready to rock to help you with your cell phone addiction. But it probably won't, if we're being perfectly honest. You'll probably take the easy way out and unscrew it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like quitters. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X Rocks.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important Stuff is brought to you by the Ski Swap. Jason Drew, the X, going to be out this Saturday, 10 a.m. until noon for a live broadcast from Expo, Idaho for the 74th annual Ski Swap. The event Idaho skiers and snowboarders look forward to every single year. A ton of great price gear will be found there, so make sure you make it on your list to go check out Expo Idaho. Starts today, I believe, goes all the way through Sunday, but the X is going to be out there on Saturday, broadcasting live from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon at the Ski Swap at Expo Idaho. Check out bbsef.org for some additional details. Going to be a whole lot of fun. Put it on your to-do list for Saturday, please. Big J, the relationships and love that you get from music by listening to the X is something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
And a new study shows that if you listen to music on the regular, especially as you get older, it can actually help significantly reduce dementia risk. Isn't that nice? Doesn't matter what kind of music you're listening to. They analyzed about 11,000 participants aged 70 and older who were dementia-free at the study's start. And those who always listened to music had a 40% lower dementia risk compared to those who never or rarely listened to music at that particular age. Didn't matter what they were doing, what kind of music, all that kind of stuff. It's just something about the way that the music makes you feel and the way it kind of seeps into your brain and your body that maybe helps you absorb it or keeps things a little bit more, I don't know, maybe fires some neurons that aren't normally fired when you're just kind of stagnant and not doing anything. So, lifestyle-based interventions like listening and or playing music can promote cognitive health, especially as you get older. So, this music that you love, that you're passionate about, that you went to concerts for in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, Big J, take it with you until your elder years and help it make your brain okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing, right?
No.
So whatever kind of music you listen to, continue to be a fan of music. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to discover new things and stay on top of it, but if you want to, that's cool. But I think taking whatever you love with you into your older years, especially when it comes to music, can only be beneficial. There certainly is no negative aspects to it, right?
No.
Nobody goes, God, I love old Big J, but he listens to music too much. What the hell's his problem?
Depends on the music, I guess, right?
I suppose.
My mom, she was playing the piano almost to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like you could tell there was a degradation there, and, for a while she didn't know what she was playing, but it was still a part of the whole process.
Yeah, there's something it does to our brains that makes us feel good, and that's why we are such fans of it. And it's important to keep that fandom with you until your old days. Big J, Michael Jordan is pissed. He had a segment on NBC talking about MJ's insights to excellence. And one thing that pissed him off, Big J, is load management. He hates it.
Well, yeah.
Players take days off, even if they're not injured. He played all 82 games, 9 of his 15 seasons. And he said, listen, man, you're practicing or playing basketball 2.5, 3 hours a day on a game day. I mean, like, worst case scenario, that's how much you're playing basketball. That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What do you do in the other 21 hours, he wants to know. And that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work or your next challenge, and he thinks load management is BS. Big J, how do you manage your load?
On a toilet.
Not what I was talking about.
I don't have a load management system. I don't need it.
No?
No.
All right.
Because I'm not a professional athlete.
Well, I mean, you can certainly have load management issues regardless of what position you're in. You don't have to be an athlete. That's just what they happen to call this particular instance. And it seems outside of when, things are clinched, it seems to only be a basketball thing. You know what I mean? Like, hockey players play all the time if they're healthy. Baseball players play all the time if they're healthy, unless, there's some sort of injury or something nagging. Football players, of course, they do things they lie so that they can play injured, for God's sake.
Well, but there is some management in football a little bit.
Yeah, there's snap counts and there's pitch counts in baseball. There's all of that stuff if somebody is working their way back up. But if they're healthy and they're fine and they are a starter, they're expected to play at their positions, I think. But again, 17 games compared to 82 plus the playoffs are different. But hockey plays the exact same amount. Baseball plays more. So there's all these discussions to have. And basketball players make a pretty good amount of money. And people get paid to see, if you're a LeBron fan and he's not playing because he's had a back-to-back and you're the second part of that back-to-back on the road and you paid this money, it's going to make you upset as a fan, right?
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, I think, the more important thing is Jordan is upset because they didn't have this when they were playing basketball. They didn't need it. And he still played it, I don't know the numbers, but, I mean, with as many championships as the Bulls had, he played in his fair share of extra seasons throughout that time, and they were playing the same amount of games.
For sure. Yeah.
So the difference is you're just not better than that era. Sorry.
We are starting to learn a little bit more details about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony that's going to happen November 8th in Los Angeles. We had a lot of rumors and possibilities packed up, but we're obviously very interested in the Soundgarden induction into the Hall of Fame. It's rightfully so. We kind of guessed at the moment that Taylor Momsen was going to be the one that was actually inducting them into the ceremony. Turns out, it looks like that's going to be Jim Carrey, Big J.
Weird.
The Hollywood actor is going to induct Soundgarden into the Hall of Fame, and then the band is going to be there, and they are going to play with a bunch of different musicians and a couple of different vocalists, and that's where Taylor Momsen is going to come into the fold because she is going to be singing a couple of songs with Soundgarden. Also, Mike McCready of Pearl Jam will join them. Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains will join them on stage as well to play some stuff. And then also Brandi Carlile is going to be joining Soundgarden on stage. She's going to play Black Hole Sun. She asked to play Searching with My Good Eye Closed off of Bad Motorfinger. She says that's her favorite Soundgarden song. But somebody needed to step up and play Black Hole Sun, and she has experience with that, Big J, because she was also at the LA tribute to Chris Cornell when he passed away in 2019 and had to perform that song. but she did so not expecting to perform at all. Turns out Axl Rose was supposed to show up, and he never did to sing that song, and so she filled in at the last second.
Oh,
and
damn.
Soundgarden was like, damn, that was a really good version. Let's get you to do that again. And so that's how this whole thing started. And so that's what this is going to look like. So Soundgarden will perform. Looks like a couple different vocalists will perform with them, as well as other icons in the rock world. But that induction ceremony is going to be pretty cool, I think. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, very cool.
So it's coming November 8th. I believe it'll air on HBO. I don't think they do it live anymore, so probably in a couple weeks after that, they'll edit it all together. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. How about your pop culture smackdown? We'll do it next on the X.
Here's
Down. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, and coming up here November 12th, an amazing show at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center that you do not want to miss, Avatar. I mean, besides great music, they're just theatrical, and they put on a hell of a show. If you haven't seen it before, you should make your way there. Buy your tickets. You can get them at cttouringid.com. Or we'll give them to you here by beating me in Pop Culture Smackdown.
Win them for free and gum. Hail the apocalypse of this, Big J. Both you and I will be there, right?
Yes.
I'm missing that show for the
I
world.
don't care if it is on a Wednesday night.
So it's going to be a great time. So come on out and let's have some fun. 208-287-1003 is the number that you need to call if you'd like these tickets. And you do have to defeat Big J in Pop Culture Smackdown, and we'll see if that's possible today. Ooh, hello, the X.
Hi,
Hi, who's this?
Kim.
All right, Kim, you're up first. Kim, what character is best known for their phrase, "What's up, Doc"?
Bugs Bunny.
That is correct. You're officially taking on Big J. Big J,
Wascally Wabbit.
what actress was dubbed the original Scream Queen after appearing in numerous horror films to begin their career?
This was tough. I want to say the thing that's popping up in my mind, it's my first instinct. I'm going to go Jane Mansfield.
Now, why would you say Jane Mansfield? She really hadn't appeared in any horror movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's after her time, but I thought you would get this because it started out with her turn as Laurie Strode. Does that help?
From Psycho?
No.
No, Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis?
Right. Jamie
See,
Lee
I was
Curtis.
thinking it was before
No.
Jamie Lee Curtis, and I was trying to remember Jamie Lee Curtis's mom's name, but it was not coming to me.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, it was Jamie Lee Curtis, as she was the original Scream Queen, and then lots have taken that title from there on, and then she even appeared on TV shows, Scream Queens, and trying to find the next one, blah, blah, blah.
Of course, that started in Halloween.
That's right. And then, she went on to basically kind of star in like 3 consecutive huge horror movies to start her career before segueing into Trading Places in the early 80s and turning into kind of a comedy dramatic actress. And
Best
an Oscar
movie
winner,
ever.
Big J.
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick
I
and
suck.
Big J. Hey, Kim, congratulations. You've got some Avatar tickets coming your way. Way to go. Enjoyed that show on us on the 12th of November. Hang tight. We'll get you all your information. Make sure you're set to go there. And we will do some headlines. They're next on the X Rocks.
your daily update of really stupid stuff. It's time for headlines on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Headlines brought to you by McCleary's Pub. It's Monday Night Football time. Monday, we got a big game. We got the Arizona Cardinals going to the Dallas Cowboys for what is sure to be a high-scoring game. It'll be fun. And you can watch it with Adam and the X this Monday at McCleary's on State Street, 9155 West State Street, for some great X prizes, some drink specials from McCleary's, great giveaways fueled by Shock Top and 10 Barrel Pub Beer. So let's call on out and have a Monday night party this Monday. McCleary's on State Street. Adam out there from 6 until the end of the game. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Join us at McCleary's on State, please. Headlines are as follows, Big J. Where's Doug? Big J Nightmare and WTF.
WTF.
A Spirit Halloween store. You're familiar with the concept, right?
Yes.
This one is in Plano, Texas, and it had everything you could think of for Halloween. Trendy costumes, spooky decorations, and a live monkey wearing a diaper. That last one was not supposed to be there, but it was, and the scene was pretty nuts. On Monday, shoppers were browsing the aisles when they suddenly spotted a diaper-wearing monkey swinging from the rafters and the poles in the Spirit Halloween store, way up above where everything was. An employee said the monkey apparently came in the store with its owner when one of the decorations, the animatronic things, kind of spooked the monkey and up it went. And it went up quick. And it remained loose inside the store for about 45 minutes while staff and shoppers tried to catch it. Police were eventually called in with the help of the monkey's owner. They used a cookie, Big J, to lure the primate down from the rafters. Luckily, nobody was hurt. The monkey didn't rip off any faces, but it is a weird sight to see a monkey in a diaper swinging from the rafters at a Spirit Halloween store.
I would agree. That would be kind of weird.
Yeah, it would be like, what is happening? Where am I? How did that monkey get in here? Why is it here? Lots of questions. Not a whole lot of answers, but at least everybody was safe, Big J.
Thank God.
Where's Doug or Big J Nightmare?
Where's Doug?
Quincy County Sheriff deputies pursued a runaway emu for 45 minutes on Puny Ridge Road last Friday evening.
Emu.
Deputy Leggett and Deputy Damon discovered the large bird wandering loose and attempted to capture it using various methods, including a snare that the emu kept pulling away from. The sheriff's office noted that only one can imagine the confusion of passing drivers as the chase unfolded in rural Ohio. Dispatchers monitored the unusual situation through live feeds from patrol car cameras. Photos of the emu peering into the passenger windows, while videos capture the bird walking through a bunch of fields. The emu's owner eventually arrived to retrieve what officials called the unexpected escapee. The sheriff's office praised the deputies, saying they handled the situation with the skill and professionalism. They could tackle just about anything. So maybe they were filming one of those Liberty Mutual commercials and things just got sideways. And who knows what happens when emus get on the loose, Big J.
Lemu, come back.
We'll wrap it up with Big J Nightmare. All three of these stories contain animals, Big J, but a woman is seeking $50,000 from SeaWorld Orlando because she was riding a roller coaster in March, Big J, and a duck struck her in the damn face, causing her to lose consciousness.
Oh, my God.
Her attorneys argue SeaWorld failed to warn guests about dangerous conditions and caused a zone of danger for bird strikes due to placing the roller coaster near a body of water, which creates a higher risk of bird strikes involving ducks, gulls, geese, and other waterfowl. The lawsuits claim the coaster disorients birds and increases collision risks. Now, SeaWorld doesn't typically comment on pending litigation because they're used to getting sued, Big J, but as previously stated, guest safety is a top priority. Now, Mako has faced lawsuits involving flying objects before this, but this appears to be the first duck-related incident. And so now we have this to deal with. Big J, Judge Big J, is a amusement park responsible if one of their passengers is struck in the face by a duck on a roller coaster?
I guess so.
You ruling in favor of the plaintiff?
Yeah.
All right.
We need to have hunters standing inside the amusement park at all times.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Or Fabio.
Yeah,
he will
Fabio
attract
took one to
them.
the face.
It's like, yeah.
Got them all cut up. Another former murder mystery reference, Big J. Remember Fabio being involved?
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. It is the X-Rocks. Asking for a friend here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And Big J, sometimes things are just as good as they're ever going to get, right?
Well, I mean, to a certain degree, at least when it comes to the human element of technology, Nick, and what we can understand and see. And what I'm talking about here is TV resolutions as, at first it was like, oh, hey, HD. And then it was 1080, P. And then it's, we got 4K. And now there's 8K and even 11K out there, Nick, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But bad news. A study found that human vision maxes out at around 94 pixels per degree of grayscale images, and even less if we're talking color. So that means that many of these high-resolution screens are overkill. And the technology might be better, the picture might be sharper, but your eyes and brain can't tell the difference.
I've noticed, having gone television shopping, I can't tell the difference between a 4K and 8K television. I just can't. I can't.
Well, here's the thing.
It looks the same to me.
The bottom line is 4K or 8K screens offer no real benefit over similarly sized 2K screens in average living rooms. So, again, you get to a certain point where you're like, I can't tell. You can tell sometimes color variations.
Sure.
Like some TVs. I have an OLED screen in my office, Nick, at home, and it has the best colors you can get. But when it comes right down to it, it's hard to really differentiate between some of that stuff.
Well, and also, I don't.
And it's expensive.
It really is. I mean, you want to get the best of the best. You're talking 11K. It's crazy, but you really can't tell the difference between that and a 4K TV in your true naked eye kind of a thing. And that's the thing that we probably need to understand, but also respect how far we've come in just a short period of time, man. I mean, it's crazy how like 1080p was the standard and the highest as you can get. And then we have fast forwarded pretty quickly over the last couple of years. And it's even the last couple of decades. I mean, my son, God bless him. So I have a 4K TV that I would say is larger than normal sized in my living room. It's a very large television. So my son is like, listen, I think I want to rewatch The Simpsons, all of it. I'm like, okay, well, it's on Disney Plus. Go ahead. And so when they put on the original Simpsons, which is not in HD, it's in standard definition,
it's a different format.
It's incredible how crappy that looks now on your television. How that was as good as we thought it was going to get back in the day, and we had zero problems with it. And this is, yes, it's 30 years ago. It's a while, but it is still incredible how much that resolution and image has changed in a short amount of time, because even the cartoons look amazing now.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, obviously, we want to push technology and all the cool things that can go down, but also you have to remember, too, that they're making a lot of this crap up so they can sell TVs to a certain degree. I mean, at some point, what differentiates between this model and that? And, well, we got a new model every year, something new. And it's like, sometimes you've gone as far as you can go.
Yeah, or at least as far as our dumb heads can figure out, And so I think we have reached that particular peak. While you may see it and can say it's better resolution, it's tough for us to differentiate between what's really going on, and that's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Let's work on smell-o-vision. Let's get that going.
Yeah, give me bigger and better, and where the picture is, it's okay. I just need something that I can figure out and go with. But I'm pretty happy with the state of televisions right now. Agree or disagree on that?
Yeah.
And so we're all right. We're going to do okay. It's sometimes, especially those of us that are in our 40s, you have to think back sometimes to how things were, even in a computer screen. Yeah, and the resolution for that.
Listen, when we were born, we grew up still not really having a remote. I mean, when you think about it, there were TVs you still had to go up and switch to channel 2. Or you had to switch from channel whatever to channel 4 so you could use your VCR. I mean, if you were rich, you had like a nice remote.
Yeah,
TV.
Yeah. And even that was probably wired in. And so, like, it's crazy to think about where we've come in that amount of time. And it's okay that it's not going to get any better. We've reached the pinnacle. That's cool. Yeah. We did it. Morning After with
Survivors
Nick and Big J. We got your bad impressions. They're next on the X.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And we're going to hook you up with tickets to the Mars Volta. I mean, they play in arenas a lot of times. They're going to be at the Knitting Factory on November 20th. So this is a super intimate show. Mars Volta will get you there. You just got to figure out bad impressions here this morning.
Oh, you like progressive hard rock? That's cool. Then
like 20-minute songs? Boom.
208-287-1003 is the number that you need to call if you'd like to play a little thing called Bad Impressions. Big J has created and curated 3 clues. They all point in the direction of somebody pretty famous?
Somebody famous, yes.
And if you could figure out who that famous person is in 3 clues or less, congratulations. You're going to the Mars Volta coming up on the 20th of next month. That's going to be pretty cool. Big J, are you prepared?
Yes.
Then to the phones we go. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
This is Will.
All right, Will, you're up first. Good luck.
My acting career started with Paula Abdul videos, and then later in my career, I starred in a handful of Danko Jones videos.
The next one?
Fall over dead if somebody got it off of that. I played some creepy dudes, but Kevin in Sin City was the creepiest.
The next one?
I'm most famous for starring as Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. Frodo.
I know, I'm thinking of his name.
An alternate title for this game.
What's his name? What's their name?
I can't think of the name.
All right, you've had enough time to look it up.
Oh, Big J says game over. Thank you for playing, sir.
Over.
We appreciate it. Maybe somebody else can figure it out. Hello, the X. Oh, all right, fine. Listen, man, maybe it's harder than we think. Hello, the X. Oh, God. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, did you hear Big J's clues?
Yes, I did.
The answer is?
Elijah Wood.
It is Elijah Wood.
Well done. Hang on 1 second. We'll make sure that you're good to go there, sir. You've got yourself tickets to the Mars Volta. Way to go. Check them out in person on the 20th at the Knitting Factory. Big J, first of all, what Paula Abdul video was Elijah Wood in?
I mean, I don't remember. I'd have to go look that
I don't
back
even
up,
remember
but
him in.
He was in 3 of them.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No.
Why is he in the
kid.
news?
That was way back in the late 80s, his first acting stuff.
Clearly.
He is in the news. Nick, you showed me this, actually, that he appeared at a couple's wedding ceremony at the Hobbiton movie set in New Zealand, where that's where they shot Lord of the Rings and a lot of stuff. And this is a place where people go to get married who are huge Lord of the Rings fans. And they happen to be getting married there at the real life Shire location. And, they're still filming. He's still, Frodo, and they're still filming.
Yeah, they're doing
stuff.
that Gollum thing.
So he would happen to be there and just kind of walk down the aisle and surprised the groom and the bride. At first, they didn't know who he was.
Right.
And I'm like, how do you not know that? And it's like, because he doesn't look anything like he normally does as Frodo, but also he's got gray hair. I mean, he's older. I was like, oh my God, I wouldn't have recognized him either, I guess.
Well, also, you're like in the middle of your vows and somebody starts walking down your wedding aisle. You're like, what the bleep
it's like,
is going
we're
on?
going to get murdered. Oh, no. But it was a viral TikTok moment. It got posted. You can probably go see it if you want to. And he said he's just there to steal the ring.
Get it?
Because he's Lord of the Ring.
But they destroyed the ring in the volcano. Anyway, thank you very much, Big J. There's your bad impressions. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We will wrap up the show here next on the X-Rock. That's the latest of the funeral portrait. That is Dark Thoughts here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And that's going to wrap up our show for this Thursday. Got a nice little nerd alert courtesy of Big J. We had a chance to talk about the word of the year, courtesy of dictionary.com. We also had a chance to talk about how maybe there's a company out there that can help you break you of your addiction to your smartphone. But there has to be some want in there for it to work, of course. And we even gave away tickets to Avatar as well as the Mars Volta. That will continue tomorrow. And maybe, just maybe, depending on what happens today, a final clue in the X-Rock murder mystery tomorrow, if you can believe that. But it does leave you the floor, Big J. What you got?
Yeah, Nick, if we have a contest and it's great that the GM comes in and wants to razz you and give you a hard time about it, right? And I'm like trying to get in my head. So we have this thing at xrock.com called U-Pickem. Thanks for our friends at Pub Cerveza, Shock Top, and of course Stein Distributing and McCleary's Pub. All those folks for helping us put this on and provide a really cool prize. But we all pick our maker picks every week, and we get a cumulative score. And right now, Nick, we're doing all right. I'm number 2 from the entire season so far.
Yeah,
because I got really lucky that first week, and that's important when you're doing this because it's a cumulative thing. And so I'm ranked number 2. But a really good friend of his is ranked number 1, and so they go back and forth. Nick, Adam is like 4th in this league, which is crazy, and the GM is back down there, number 8. You're way, way down there, man.
Yeah, because
I forgot a week.
I didn't forget a week. I forgot to hit the save picks button at the bottom of the form that you fill out every week, and that cost me 15 games. Yeah, it sucks. But it was a mistake that I made, and I'm angry at nobody but myself. But a reminder, if you are interested in joining along, you don't get anything for the cumulative prize scores. This is just a bragging rights thing.
I don't get to win, yeah.
Yeah, there are weekly prizes, so if you've never played before, you can pick along with us and have some fun and see who wins, because there's also weekly kind of things, and we brag at each other over who has the most rights every week. So you can play along. You'll never catch up to Big J at this point because the season's halfway through, but... Yeah. There are no cumulative prizes, if that makes sense. It's all weekly prizes. So Big J's just trying to grit some bragging rights here and, kind of dust his shoulder off a little bit.
So far, no perfect week. We were real close that first week.
Yeah. But
we're the guy who's in the lead right now.
It'd be nice. Morning After with Nick and Big J. You can check out xrock.com or the X app if you want to play along and do some pick 'em with us. It is a fun little thing that we do all the time here on the X. That's going to do it for us. Jason Drew is coming in next. You guys have a good one. It's the X Rocks.